Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and we're going inside the war room with the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to take a look at their team needs and see what players could be possible targets to fill those needs. But first, let's go and take a look at the upcoming selections they have in this year's draft.
The Dallas Cowboys entered the 2013 draft with 6 selections. While there are no glaring holes, there are some major needs that have to be addressed. When you look at what they have to do, they have to find a way to come out of this draft with some offensive line help, especially at the center position. Now they're moving to a 4-3, which means they have to find some 3 techniques in this draft. Defensive tackle will also be a need, and you got to get better behind Tony Romo. So let's look at the first round pick, number 18. I think this is where they address the defensive tackle position. Kawan Short out of Purdue would make a lot of sense for these guys. 6'3", 299. He's your ideal 3 technique. Quickness off the ball, but also can be a force in the running game, as he has that strength that you need at the point of attack. The Cowboys get one of my favorite prospects in the draft in DJ Swearinger, a free safety out of South Carolina, but the guy hits like a strong safety. He brings speed, short area quickness. He can be closer to the line of scrimmage because he's effective in the running game, and you can also keep him in the back half of your defense as he excels as well in coverage. We've talked about the interior offensive line being a question mark for the Dallas Cowboys, which is why I've given them Travis Frederick out of Wisconsin, 6'4", 312. I think makes a lot of sense and will probably end up starting for the Cowboys if he's around in the 3rd round. This would be a great selection for Dallas. In round 4, the way my mock draft has fallen for the Cowboys, I've given them BW Webb out of William & Mary, a guy that's going to provide depth at the cornerback position and also give them some punch in the return game. That's where he excels most. Did a great job on returns for William & Mary in the CAA. I think Christian Michael will be an ideal fit for the Cowboys offense. He would be a great complement to DeMarco Murray. And as great as DeMarco Murray can be, he hasn't proven to be healthy throughout the course of his NFL career. Christian Michael is a guy that has explosiveness and runs with power and is a very underrated receiver out of the backfield. I think the Cowboys can have the luxury of taking a guy like Landry Jones to groom him behind Tony Romo and Kyle Orton. A lot of production coming out of Oklahoma, has some mechanical issues, and that's where his problems start. I think learning from Jason Garrett will help this guy out a lot. He should have a long, solid career as a number 2 quarterback, so I think it makes a lot of sense for the Cowboys to take a guy like Landry Jones in round 6. And let's take a look at the recap of this Cowboy draft in my 7th-round mock. A lot of talent, a lot of guys that can start from day one in Kawan Short, DJ Swearinger, even Travis Frederick. But this is an ideal draft, in my opinion, for Dallas. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Dallas Cowboy fan forums for always showing football game plan support.